All right, so let me sing you one about Woody Guthrie. All right, one of my great inspirations. Also, I never met Woody, but I read the book by Joe Klein about him, Woody Guthrie, A Life. And it was the best book about Woody. If you want to read a good book about Woody, Joe Klein wrote this in the 70s when there were still people alive, most of them who knew Woody, and he got first-hand the sources and the stories. And so, you know, in school, I mentioned the song, they made us sing that song, but only like the safe verses, right? There's This Land Is Your Land, his most famous song, but there's 2 verses that never really get sung or put in the school books. And Woody had agreed to that, is what I found out recently, that they wanted it to be appealing to his kids and the teachers who didn't want to alienate them. So the verse about people starving by the church steeple in the city and the verse about private property are not often sung. But I mentioned, and you know that verse, right? Was a great big wall there that tried to stop me. Was a great big sign there that said private property. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. And that side was made for you and me. He wrote that, you know. And then Woody wasn't a communist, but he said, I've been in the red all my life. So I wrote this song after reading the book myself, called Oklahoma Sun. In school they made us sing it every morning like the sun, and the words all ran together till it ended up as fun. All the images forever captured by an Oklahoma sun. And that would be the biggest thing a man has ever done. Oh, Woody, you were past it by the time I was born, and your Huntington's disease had left you frail and mute and torn, already bound for glory, a million thoughts, 1,000 songs, already passed to legend by the day that I was born. You were Oklahoma's son, but in the end belonged to no one. Sound painter, singer, sailor, soldier, born. Both a father and a child, a fascist fighting Union man, writing songs and homes for everyone. Well, the Dust Bowl couldn't stop you, but put the bulls in the railroad yards. Found thousands of your people under bridges and in boxcars. There was opportunity in everything you saw, a chance to turn a wind sing into another song. Yeah, you were Oklahoma's son, but in the end belonged to no one. Sound painter, singer, sailor, soldier, born. Both a father and a child, a fascist fighting Union man, writing songs and poems for everyone. Sure, in later years you staggered drunk, disabled, rambling on. There's so much in your short life and work to cherish and pass on. And though they don't sing all your words in polite company, still I know this land was truly made for you and me. So every time I sing that song, to the old or to the young, yeah, I sing all the verses like I know you would have done, and bow my head to greatness, make sure they know who you were. And that's the greatest gift I got from Oklahoma sun, and that would be the greatest gift from Oklahoma sun, and that would be the biggest thing a man has ever done. Woody Guthrie. All right, folks. Oh, okay. I tell too many stories, yeah? All right, one for the road. I'm going to just do something off the cuff here for you. Thank you so much. You got another band coming up in about 15 minutes. I will be with CDs here. The last copy of the Overnight Trail is going to you. I love Cy Khan's music, and I'm going to sing you one of his songs that I recorded. He asked me to make this album last year for him on his 80th birthday. I started wading through all the great songs that Cy has written. And because we both come out of the labor movement, I said, Cy, it has to be labor oriented. So we ended up calling the album Labor Day. I've got, somebody last night wanted a copy, but they're not here anymore. I ran out last night, but I've got 4 more in there, or 3 more I gave Bob Fagel. Cy's written some great songs. Aragon Mill, you might know, the most famous one, right? The Furies stole it and pretended it was theirs. They called it the Belfast Mill until they got caught. And so there's a lot of great songs on this. We took 5 songs that have never been released that he recorded years ago. He has tons of songs that haven't been released. And we added my band, strings, horn section. I did 5 songs, and then we asked all Cy's friends who recorded his songs, like John McCutcheon, Billy Bragg, Peggy Seeger, Tom Chapin, Odette is, we couldn't ask her because she's dead, but Odette is on the song of his called Gone and Rise Again. We came up with 21 songs, all about workers and labor unions and the struggles that we go through as workers. So I'm going to sing you one of the ones that I sang. It's called They All Sang Bread and Roses. It name checks so many of our great labor songs. And thank you very much for being here today. My name is George Mann. You can find me on georgemanmusic.com. You can download 3 of my albums on my website rather than going to Apple, and they pay a lot less and I charge less too when it's on your website, you know. Hope to see you again sometime down the road, and I will be back in Australia next year with any luck. Don't know if I'll be here, and I don't expect to be because they usually don't hire people 2 years in a row. But if you had a good time, make sure the bosses know that. They all sang Bread and Rose. Now don't you think it's crazy, this old world and its ways? Whoever thought the 60s would be called the good old days? Like the Weaver sang to us, wasn't that a time when we raised our hands and voices on the line? And we all sang Bread and Roses, Joe Hill and Union May. We linked our arms and told each other we are not afraid. Solidarity forever. We'll go rolling through the hall. We shall overcome together, one and all. The more I study history, the more I seem to find that in every generation there were times just like that time when folks like you and me who thought they were all alone in this summer movement found a home. And they all sang Bread and Roses, Joe Hill and Union May. They linked their arms and told each other we are not afraid. Solidarity forever. We'll go rolling through the hall. We shall overcome together, one and all. And though each generation fears that it might be the last, our presence here is witness to the power of the past. And just as we have grown our strength, and those who now are gone, younger hands will take our work and carry on. And they'll all sing Bread and Roses, Joe Hill and Union May. They'll link their arms and tell each other we are not afraid. Solidarity forever. We'll go rolling through the hall. We shall overcome together, one and all. We shall overcome together, one and all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.